Big Boogie.
What's good? What's good? It's your boy DJ Avo with this is Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 150. Let's go.
I'm glad my guy picked up the mic. He was like, I'm like, you can move the mic, right?
Podcasts all over the net. You know, bros, we the best. And we looking like vets, but we only 2 years and we're a threat. Yeah, something like that. What's good, Brodies and Bays? It's the Dynasty Bros Fantasy Football Podcast, episode 124. I'm so glad that 123 is gone. It looked like 123 last week. It was throwing me off. This is where you come for your fantasy football needs and to chop it up about the latest NFL news. I am Dynasty Bro Dot here with my co-bro.
You got Dynasty Bro Vic, aka Chief Toast FF, here with our fire-ass DJ.
Come on, man. I'm DJ Avo. What's good?
And Fi spell F-Y-E if you ain't know.
F-Y-E.
Fi.
Team Fi. We're about to end the Empire League this year.
Let's do it.
All right.
Make it a 12-team league.
You know how we gets down, man. So look, we the bros here. And right now we're going through divisional break now. Last week we gave you the NFC and AFC East. Now we the West. You know what I'm saying? We always do the West second. Because East is the B side. At least that's what they say here. At least that's what they say here.
That's
man.
What we're gonna say.
And if you can't tell, let me put this down for a second, man. I need you to see this. You see the belt.
You know what it is.
Vic, explain who belt that is.
Talk that talk.
Right now, it's the community's belt.
It's none of ours.
Wait, none of ours. We just done with it right now. But
it's not the talk I thought you were gonna talk.
Homie need me to drive his whip around the corner.
Yeah.
And we stunting in it.
Quick valet type
Ballet.
shit. But yeah, man, shout out to my guy Mike, man. It's his belt. So he won the Dynasty Bros Royal Rumble. That's our redraft league. So I'm actually linking with him this Saturday so I can turn over the belt. We're actually gonna have to,
Damn, gotta give it up.
Get some good food though in the process, man. So yeah. But until then, we stand with the belt, man.
All right, so we're gonna go through all 8 teams and tell you what guys we like, what guys we don't. Talk about the additions and the subtractions from all these teams, man. So I'm excited about it. This is the stacked division, bro. This is stacked. You feel me?
It is. A lot of studs come out of the West. Both the NFC and AFC West, a lot of studs.
And when we were going through, I was thinking to myself, man, it's hard to find guys I don't like in this division. So we got to figure it out. We can't just go through and like everybody, man. Well, technically we can if we want to, but yeah, we're not going to do that. We want to try to find. I don't want to be the fence.
You don't want to be on defense?
Especially not in a one-on-one. It always go to the wide receivers' favor. So yeah, man, let's get to it. Let's just get straight into the what's the word, man. The Hood TMZ with Dynasty Bro Vic, man. Let's do that, brother. You ready? You got everything on?
I got you, man. So go ahead and pivot. My guy said F the banners, man. And then go ahead and click that one for me too with the scrolling shit at the bottom. Yeah, right above it. There you go. All right, man. Let's get into what's the word, man. So
hey, I just got on banner duty last week, man. I'm doing better.
And he didn't even move no banners last week.
I know. I started 0 for 1.
It's all good though. You learning, but it's all good. But hey, man, hopefully you guys saw the Hall of Fame ceremony that went down over the weekend. I mean, for the true football lovers, definitely can get teary-eyed and emotional watching these speeches, man, because at that point, it's not even about football, man. It's about life. So I just want to shout out the inductees. So this is from ESPN.com. But offensive tackle Tony Buselli. So he was the first draft pick for the Jacksonville Jaguars organization. Great left tackle out of USC. So he first Jacksonville Jaguar to actually make the Hall of Fame.
Hey, ever since they drafted him, the franchise been going like this.
That look like our damn look like the stock market. Nah, but shout out to Tony though. Real talk though. He's a beast. He's a beast. Let's keep pushing. Wide receiver Cliff Branch, so wide receiver for the Raiders, and then safety Leroy Butler. So he actually started the Lambeau Elite for the Green Bay Packers, and then linebacker Sam Mills. This is one of the underdog stories. So he played for the Carolina Panthers and New Orleans Saints. Had a tough road to the league. Played, I believe, the CFL and also I don't know what the other league was called back then. Was it the USFL?
USFL.
Yeah, USFL. So shout out to Sam, and then also defensive lineman Richard Seymour. So he played for the Patriots and the Raiders.
Big Richard.
And then Brian Young, so 49ers defensive lineman. And then we also had Coach Dick Vermeil. He made the Hall of Fame. And then last but not least, we had the first official. So Art McNally. And he's known for helping to innovate the game from a officiating standpoint. So he actually invented instant replay, which we see across all types of sports. So shout out to those guys, man, making the Hall of Fame. And just want to shout out, man, just given we had a official make the Hall and also coaches. And then I believe owners can also make the Hall. So given we have women who are now taking on ownerships of organizations and also women who are officials, that gives an opportunity to make the Hall of Fame one day. So
Facts.
that's what's up. All right. Any thoughts, reactions to the Hall of Fame inductees?
Hey, man, congratulations to all those people that done got in, man, and all the work you put in and help build this foundation of the league. I think that's pretty fire. So shout out to y'all.
All right. And let's keep pushing. Shout out to Jackson State. So I saw this on GoJSUTigers.com. Pretty much American Airlines announced a partnership with Jackson State. So what does that mean? They're going to offer private chartered flights to select away games for the Jackson State Tigers.
That's hard.
Yeah, man. So see the Dion, the
Dion effect.
the prime effect continues to take effect. And I'm sure a lot of other folks are involved in that as well. And if you guys don't know, American Airlines is one of the leading airlines that provide private charter flights for professional teams and also college teams. So Jackson State is now on that list.
They canceled my flight a day before I left Vegas a couple weeks ago.
I like flying Southwest and shout out to America.
Shout out to them, man. It was so un-American when
It was,
canceled my flight.
And then the bag is, bro, your bag will make it home though. That's the thing when they cancel the flights.
Facts.
Your bag is good.
So y'all still took the flight.
Yeah, just without you. All right, man. Let's keep pushing, man. Shout out to the pregame show. Got some more Jackson State news. If you guys didn't know, Deion Sanders had some fun. So this was first week of camp, fall camp. So players returning to campus, football camp. You know, it was getting rolling. Players getting in shape, all that good stuff. But someone had actually used Coach Prime's private bathroom. So he made fun out of the incident and turned it into a whole investigation. So if you guys want to see how that played out, check out the pregame show, Coach Prime. Basically, they just want to know who used Coach Prime's bathroom. So it was Sherlock Holmes. You know, they coined it Sherlock Prime solves the mystery.
All right, question.
Yeah.
You in the locker room, you can go to the restroom. You got to do a number two. It's a one you need to focus on, right?
Yeah.
You go into the locker room with all the young men that you know don't care about their cleanliness and how everything look. And then you look a few steps over. You see the golden bathroom.
See that golden
Shining.
toilet, man.
Yeah,
Shining.
you know the toilet. It's super clean.
He got 3-ply.
Yeah, 3-ply.
You got that cottonelle.
Yeah, you know that's a few steps away. And right now you can sneak off and use their restroom and nobody will know. Are you going to go use their restroom?
I'm gonna go use it, bro.
Hey, man, I'm gonna go take a sneaky poop. Bro.
We sound like kids. My guy said, I'm gonna go use it.
Can I use
I
it?
gotta go use it. I ain't mad. Hey, whoever did it, salute. I hope, hey, you get Brody of the week, B-Team Player of the Week, man. That's fire. I like it.
Hey, make sure you guys check it out. That was a cool little clip. And moments like that, man, that's how you build team chemistry too, man. So it's not just about just sitting down, being lectured to, going through plays, like find moments to have fun. So shout out to Coach Prime, connecting with his players, man. So he's a player's coach for sure. All right, man. Another thing.
Another one.
And then we got something else. Then we're going to get out of here. AJ Brown, man. So, of course, they just had their scrimmage, you know, for the Philadelphia Eagles. And AJ Brown put a tweet out there. He's like, Philly, are you serious? That was practice. 30K plus here at practice. Now I love it here already. Today was fun. Only the beginning. Fire emoji. So I looked at this like, man, look at AJ trying to make Tennessee Titans jealous. It's like you move on to that new relationship. You got to let them know you're living good.
You got to
Your new home.
You already know.
Don't look like trying to shine on the
He
X.
just smiling on
He
him.
look happy though.
He
Look
cheesing on him.
genuinely
Yeah,
happy.
that's a happy man right there.
What y'all think, man? Is he?
Vic and this show that they don't phone in the screen, man.
I don't know, man. What y'all think, man? I just looked at it as all right, man.
I'm
Bro,
here for
Trying
that
to shit on the X.
I'm here for that level of petty.
Bro, they literally did an AJ Brown, Traylon Burke swap. That's literally all it was. Ain't that nuts?
And it's looking like a AJ Brown, you know, side is winning right now,
Yeah,
given all the camp
bro.
reports with Traylon. But I'm holding on, man, on the Traylon side, man. You know, I was pounding the table. Oh, opportunities.
Hey, I ain't
Should've stuck with my guys.
heard you bring that name up in a minute. I
I
just
know.
been letting it live. I wasn't gonna bring him
Well,
up.
I mean, wait till we, you know, we're gonna touch on the South, man. So
Robert Woods.
hey, Kyle Phillips, man, like little stash.
Everybody but Traylon. Austin Hoover.
Yeah. Chig. I don't know his name. I should know his name. Nigerian. Call him Chig though.
Chig.
All right, man. Last thing for what's the word, man? We got the FF Expo going down, so that's the Fantasy Football Expo. So of course, Hall of Fame game just went down, and Hall of Fame ceremony, and then the next weekend, which is this coming weekend, FF Expo. We're not gonna be there, man. I hate to say it, man.
Well,
but it's for good reason.
Shout out to the homie Lloyd, man.
Yeah.
And congrats in advance. About time this come out. And we're rolling into his wedding this Saturday, so that's why we can't make it to everything. So
all good. We're gonna be there next year.
Next year, we win some, you lose some.
Yeah.
Hey, if any other homies get married next year, we're gonna tell them they can't
not
do it this weekend.
Yeah, gotta block that weekend off.
Or I ain't coming, bro. I'm
all good. Hey, but shout out to the homie Lloyd. So yeah, wishing you well.
Big facts
on the next stage, man. So
all of that.
Yeah. All right. That's it. That's all I got for what's the word, man. Anything else you guys want to add?
I'm gonna throw in something real quick.
Okay.
Because I just heard a little something. I thought it was real cool. I was talking to I've been playing softball again. Your boy been getting back out on the field.
Avo softball.
Apparently, everybody I'm around plays fantasy
football.
They play that fantasy football. They told me something cool. I heard a dude say him and the homies about to take a trip just to go do their draft. I thought that was real dope. I just want to encourage y'all. If y'all been in leagues for years, man, go ahead, take the trip with the bros. Do your draft in Florida or something? That sounds dope to me.
I like my drafts in person. I ain't gonna lie. Me and my coworkers been doing all our drafts in person. Shout out to White Sam. He always builds a nice rapport with all his the leagues that he commish. And one of the main leagues I've been in, we've been literally, besides I think a COVID year, we always go link up and catch up and draft. And it's an all-day thing. It's activities to decide the draft orders. It's pretty dope. I ain't gonna lie.
I really do respect that, cool, man. They say they take a trip every 5 years. So I'm like, wait, he said they've been on 4 trips. I was like, hang on.
That's 20 years.
According to my math.
That's 20 years.
Y'all been doing this league for a minute. First off, how old are y'all?
True. I started in fantasy when I was 3.
Nah, they started in their early 20s, man. So
that's fire. Shout out to them. Shout out to them.
So I just encourage everybody, go have some fun with this, man. You can take it and expand it.
And I think Hard Knocks start tonight. Or if it ain't already started yesterday.
The Detroit Lions.
But I think it starts today, and that should be exciting, man. We love some DeAndre Swift. We get to see how they deal with Jamison Williamson and his recovery, and I want to see what St. Brown look like rolling to his sophomore year. And Jared Goff, man, the city loved Jared Goff, bro. So just to see that team, I don't know, with that momentum, I'm excited. The Jets are my favorite team this year. But Detroit's gonna be a strong number 2. I like the players.
Wife from Detroit, man. I might end up at the Thanksgiving game, bro.
Okay.
So we'll see. But also, man, they got Aiden Hutchinson. So
all of that
guy from University of Michigan. So they got a rookie there playing DN and
T Grizzly.
Who's the guy that played Ohio State, the corner that got hurt last year? I forgot his name. But he's coming back off injury. I don't know why I'm spaced on his name. Yeah. I know you guys are naming his name right now and calling us idiots, but yeah, that guy. But
if you call me an idiot, you're right.
But yeah, bros. But at the end of the day, I saw a clip, Jamal Williams breaking down, the huddle, got emotional. It's cool, man. It's something I definitely want to see. So don't sleep on the Lions, man. They actually knocked some people off last year.
Yeah.
So you can't sleep on them. I think they actually beat Green Bay or somebody.
Yeah. And I don't care how you feel about Jared Goff. All the way, you can give McVay all the credit you want. That man led his team to a Super Bowl. So he ain't just trash. I don't care what nobody's talking about.
Can I be honest for a second?
My God. You about to call him trash?
Nah, I just kind of laughed at that speech. I thought it was a good speech, though.
You think he did it for the camera?
It did. No. I think it was real. I just thought what he said was funny. When he said, when y'all get tired, just think about that record last year. I was like, damn, that is so funny to me.
Man. I've always an effed up human being right now.
Jeff Okuda.
That was going to sit on Vic until he found the name.
He had to go find that name.
Well, I'm glad we all got here. We landed. We all got somewhere for no reason. There we go. Is that the end of the news?
Yeah, so let's run to the flag on the plays if you guys got any.
Hey, Bo, do you have any flag on the play?
Not this week. How about you, Vic?
Just a couple of things. I mean, it's not really a flag on the play, but it's something I could have put with the news, but I'll put it with the flag. So I know Deshaun Watson, he's or at least the NFL they're actually pushing for a year-long suspension. So they're basically appealing the 6-game suspension decision. So, just want to acknowledge that is going down. So I know coming from our last episode, we thought there's some resolution coming from a football standpoint, but looks like the league is pursuing a year-long suspension given the player conduct was violated. So just want to shout that out. And actually, I was talking to Avo, man. I was like, man, like what would lead a guy to like get all these massages, bro? I just thought about it, man. Like why would somebody do this besides being a creep and all this weird stuff?
We're not gonna kink shame.
But
actually, I take that back. We're gonna kink shame a little bit.
I was like, hey, well, I haven't heard nobody talk about this or even put thought to this, but like, that's a weird way to go about seeing other women when you got a girlfriend. You know what I mean? I was like, why would somebody? You know what I'm saying?
And I saw his girlfriend.
Imagine an out like, oh, I'm with the team masseuse or wrapping up practice. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not trying to like stay here, but I'm just like,
I saw that little clip. He said,
yeah,
I put on the gram. I was somewhere else. I was in Houston, but I was really in New York. This man's really going all out with it.
Yeah.
So
at the end of the day,
I feel like y'all.
We're gonna land this one too.
I feel like my funnies are too funny.
Go for it.
Go ahead.
Hey man, now that we done already spoke our piece and we are trying to stay away and stay just fancy football, I will say this. It is not just to go get that many massages and lie and to meet women, but to the routine that he was doing is creepy.
It's like you dying with the lie.
Yeah, bro. Like, all right. As soon as she tell me roll on my back, you know what time it is. It's weird. Like,
I don't mean to laugh. I'm sorry.
I know it's weird. Like, it's whip it out moment now. All right, so yeah, that's I don't know, man. It is weird.
That is some weirdo shit, man.
Yeah, but we done been there. We done had the serious, cloud over our head for a long time, and finally we got to find a funny moment because that's what we do, man. If Avo do something messed up right now, I'm gonna tell him about himself. I'm gonna make fun of him. We're gonna move on and get better. So that's what we just did.
Yeah. So at least again, I just want to announce it, giving the flag on the plays. And then another thing I thought about too, it's not really a flag, but I just want to call it out. Every year, whenever people get inducted to the Hall of Fame, there's always somebody who's coming off as bitter. Like, damn, I thought I was gonna be first ballot, and I didn't get in this year. So they always seem to find those guys, and this year seems to be Devin Hester, man. I don't know if you guys saw that, but he was expecting to be first ballot, just given his first year of eligibility. So,
is that just like a recognition thing? That's just me asking.
As far as like him wanting to be first ballot,
yeah, people want to be first ballot is just like a recognition,
just
some no doubt type shit.
First ballot in front of it when they announce it.
Well, I mean, I can see it from his perspective too. Like, if he's supposed to be highlighted as the greatest kick returner ever, it would be nice to also have also first ballot. But I
don't know if other sports have that other than football. That's why I was asking.
I mean, never mind. That man was a beast. That kid.
He was. He's going to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, he is.
Just gotta wait your turn. Like think about all these greats that are just now getting in.
Yeah,
like we're still dealing with guys from the 90s
and come on, let's just be honest.
80s.
You wasn't good at anything else, so just let the voters be like, does he really deserve it just off kickoff return? Yes, he was the greatest. Let them realize it. Like, yeah, he was the greatest kickoff returner. But technically, they're going to go look at body of work and everything else too. He literally didn't do anything else across the board. He wasn't like, I don't know, they tried him at receiver some.
He was a DB at one point.
DB. Yeah, like he wasn't really good at it.
In today's NFL, would he be any different? Because like I feel like if you just put the ball in his hands, clearly something good might happen.
But those guys are only made if a coach can help them get that.
I got you.
Like Debo is, I think Debo is a good receiver, but if Debo would have went to the Jets or anywhere else, I wouldn't have liked him as much.
Got you.
I like how they scheme him. They scheme that even the receivers, they scheme them open. So I give him credit for everything he does. But dang, I was about to say Sean McVay, coach in San Francisco.
Kyle
Shanahan schemes all his players open. So stuff like that, man, you can't just assume that these guys are going to be good no matter where they go. Lamar Jackson wouldn't be Lamar Jackson without Baltimore altering their whole offense for him.
Yeah.
So, yes, you need that to help out.
And I still can't believe the coach. Well, we had no choice opening kickoff. We had to kick the Devin Hester, but I still can't believe he kicked that shit and you know, he ran it back. I'm like, oh, man.
I could have won $50 on that, but I was afraid to bet it. I said it. Ivo was like, bet. And then I punked out.
Yeah. Remember when the Colts won the Super Bowl and like you couldn't even dial out in the city?
Yeah,
like,
shit was nuts.
That's how small of a big town city we're in.
Facts.
Shut down the whole telephone network.
Big facts.
All right, man. Before we get to the main topic, DJ Avo, where can the people follow you at?
Hey man, y'all can follow me at Avo Love. That's AVOLXVE. Follow me. Hey yo, Dot, where can we follow you at, bro?
Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Dynasty Bro. Follow me. And then follow the main Instagram page, Dynasty Bros FF. Hey Vic, where can we follow you at, bro?
Oh, my mama. You can follow me at forgot my handle. At Chief Sosa FF at Instagram, Twitter, Twitch. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast when you're listening, Dynasty Bros FF. Hey man, we back, man, every Tuesday, man. So I'm excited. We got the belt. Bro, I'm really like trying to like dominate leagues this year. Like, I know we say that, but I'm like, for real, like I'm on a mission. Like,
hey, look, this is my brother, and I will admit this because I know how fire of a fantasy football player is. This nigga will dominate and damn near win every league that I'm not in with him this year. I promise.
I thought you was gonna say some shit like he's coming off a title and he's still trying to tweak and dominate.
Nah, nigga, ain't nothing that nice.
All right,
he gonna dominate every league that I'm not in with him.
That's that real shit talk.
Bro, that's healthy.
It's cool, bro. I'm ready for the Empire League to be a 12-team league so we can, so I can take over.
Imagine if we still had Cooper Cup.
My bad.
Lit. We'd be lit.
We still lit though, but my bad.
All right, bet.
That was with Jared Goff.
Let's move on.
All right, man. Main topic. What are we talking about, Doc?
We're gonna talk about the AFC and NFC West. The West, man, like we talked about a little bit earlier, it's a stacked division. So we're going to go through team by team, discuss the guys we like, what it means for their value going forward. And yeah, man, that's what we're going to do. Divisional breakdown.
I'm with it, bro.
Let's boogie.
All right, bro. Let's start with the NFC West, man. Let's start with the defending Super Bowl champs.
Okay.
The LA Rams. So again, just like we did last episode, Avo brought my shit back in. That's my shit. So yeah, appreciate you, man. But let's start with the Rams quarterback, Matt Stafford, man. Stud, right? But not quite top five.
Quite. Here's the thing. Bro, we had him on the Empire team, and it wasn't sexy.
Yeah.
One, he just stayed healthy all season, and he never had no games that made us feel like we had a top quarterback.
Right.
It was just slow and steady, and being one of the top 12 quarterbacks. But,
yeah.
Still a good arm, still a good offense. So you want him, but you would love to see some of those big boom games. We didn't really get none of them from him last year.
Yeah, solid QB1.
Yeah, facts.
But I'm not expecting top 5 finish.
Nah.
But top 10, yes.
No rushing upside. He just has a great coach, great offensive scheme, and great weapons around.
Are you concerned about the reports coming out of camp with his arm? Like they're calling it like a baseball injury at this point?
Nah, because I just seen him drop a 50-yard bomb down the field, and it looked like it didn't matter. He's always played banged up, man, even back to the Detroit days. So I'm not really worried about it.
All right, last question on the QB. Is this a good time to sell, or are you just going to hold and ride him out? Given he's getting older.
It might be a good time to buy, especially with these reports, man. My thing is he's not going to be expensive as you want to go shoot your shot on Trey Lance, but who says if things don't go out the way for Trey Lance and you pay that price, who says that Stafford can't beat him out for a couple more years? That's really all you need in football is 2-3 more years, and I don't see none of his weapons going nowhere no time soon.
Yeah, people are selling high on Cooper Kupp, so it might be a sneaky sell.
Yeah, facts.
Or a sneaky sell, or even buy if you're interested in Matt Stafford. So wherever you're at, so if you're gonna win now, go buy. If you're want to sell high alongside of Cooper Kupp, why not? All right, man, let's get to the running back room, man. So we got Cam Akers, Darrell Henderson. They brought in Kyren Williams, rookie from Notre Dame. I know he broke his foot, but he's recovering now. I think he just got activated off the PUP, actually. But talk to me. Who do you like in this running back room? Man,
I do like some Cam Akers. The issue is Sean McVay's coming out and making it sound like he has 2 number 1 running backs, and I do think Darrell Henderson looked good at the start of the season when Cam Akers wasn't there. So I think there is a world where, you just go out there and play both because Cam Akers didn't look good. Vic reminds me all the time, Cam Akers didn't look good on the back end when he came back. And maybe that's a real thing. Maybe he shouldn't have been playing, but I'm going to just take McVay because right now I haven't known McVay to lie in the way he talk right now. So if he's going to be playing both of those backs and they're going to throw the ball anyway to those high-end receivers and tight end, I don't really need the running backs right now.
I'm not interested in the backfield. Like you said, watching Cam in the playoffs and Super Bowl, he just didn't look as explosive. And I know he was working hard to get back on the field as quickly as possible. I'm just wondering, like, is that setting him back for this coming season? So to me, I feel like he's still in recovery mode. You know what I mean? Like, you hear the reports are still easing him back in, all that good stuff. So it's like, was it worth bringing him back? I mean, hell yeah, I guess they won a title, right?
Facts.
So it worked out from that standpoint. But from a fantasy perspective, we're hearing the committee talks. I'm just not a fan of the backfield in general. So I'm not checking for none of these guys. I will be honest, I do have Kyron Williams stashed in a couple places, and that's because I didn't like the Henderson and Cam. But hearing Kyron break his foot off top,
yeah, that shit definitely.
Now I'm curious to see, like, man, like, just another reminder why I don't like the backfield, even though I thought I had a guy who, you know, potentially was a nice stash candidate. All right, let's move on to the wide receiver room. So we got Cooper Kupp, man, triple crown.
Boy.
So led receivers in catches, yards, and touchdowns.
Dog. He's a dog.
Absolute dog, man. So he actually commanded 30% of the targets, man, last year. So, of course, we saw Cooper Kupp put up 400-plus fantasy points. He was a stud, man.
Mm-hmm.
Do you expect him to repeat, or do you expect that to come down?
I think it's going to be hard to repeat that, but I do think you have a guy who has the chance to be the number one receiver again this year. It's not what he does. He's super talented. We've seen the footwork. He's quick.
Yeah.
In and out his routes. He's smart, good hands. But it's also the scheme at the same time too. So they're always going to scheme him open. So he's always going to be in position to create chunk yards, get a lot of touchdowns, especially with that rapport with Stafford. So, I mean, the only thing right now that's holding him back from, you know, being a number. If I had to place money on it, I would do it again. The only thing holding him back is injuries, but he looked pretty healthy over the past couple of years. So.
Yeah, I'm expecting Kupp to repeat, actually. And I know there's this race between who's going to finish number one between him and Jefferson, but, you know, of course, Vikings, they still got Dalvin Cook. They're going to put the ball in his hands. So that's why I give the edge to Kupp again. Like, they clearly shown they want to force feed him the ball. See how Kupp wins down the field, man. Like, he's a slick receiver, man. So expect him to repeat. Now let's talk about Odell, who left, right? So that leaves 13% of the targets on the table. Robert Woods is gone. That leaves another 11%. They brought in Allen Robinson, man. So how do you expect Allen Robinson to step in?
Hearing good reports in camp, you know, big body receiver, possession receiver, going to get some touchdowns, help that department out. I love him, man. And all right, I got a fun fact for you.
What's up?
Before Robert Woods went down last year with his injury, did you know he was a top 12 receiver also?
Sounds about right. Sounds familiar.
Yeah, so Stafford can entertain two top 12 receivers if it need be. So, yeah, no, even with Kupp doing everything he was doing, he still had so everybody act like this number two receiver doesn't mean anything. Robert Woods was balling, and OBJ within learning the new system, and Van Jefferson still starting to step up a little bit. OBJ was still balling and still getting a lot of touchdowns. And I would like to think that Allen Robinson has a better chance of being a touchdown guy over Odell, especially with his size and stuff. And I don't know. I like the second receiver. There were years where people were arguing, hey, PPR, should it be Woods over Kupp or Kupp over Woods? Both of those guys can be top 12. We were just trying to see who was going to be 10 and who was going to be 12 by the end of the season. Don't forget that. As long as you remember that, we're good. I love Allen Robinson more and more now. I keep contemplating over this offense and how they did two receivers.
Damn, bro, you just put me on. Like,
think about all those years when it was like,
yeah,
bro, I think I like Robert Woods over Kupp. We gotta remember that.
It went back and forth, you know. So yeah. So given that, I am gonna go cop some Allen Robinson. I think that's a good buy right now. And I agree, Allen Robinson is an upgrade over Robert Woods. I don't think Allen Robinson's upgrade over Odell, though.
Yeah, I think him and Odell are two different types of players.
Exactly. That's what it is.
But I do think if you're going to the way Allen Robinson wins, if he's not going to get the main cornerback, good luck. Dominate. Yeah, good luck.
Okay. And then are you still checking for Van Jefferson? Is he a good stash?
And he just got banged up right now, so he's already behind the start of the season, and Allen's just getting all that play. I'm good.
I agree, bro. And they're still entertaining, even talking about bringing Odell back. So it's just going to continue to bury Van Jefferson. I do think he's a solid wide receiver, solid pro. But, I mean, you got to look at what the teams are doing. So if they brought in Allen Robinson, they're still trying to bring Odell back, that's burying Van Jefferson. I'm not going to talk about Tutu. And then let's jump to the tight end room. Tyler Higbee, is he a good tight end streaming option for you?
Just a streamer and redraft, dart throw in Dynasty, just because he's tied to a good offense and Mike can catch some touchdowns. But I'm not going to go check for him. I'm not going to go buy him. If somebody want to come give me anything relevancy in a trade, I'll take it.
Yeah, so last year he had 13.7% of the targets, real boomer bust, man. And yeah, man, it doesn't feel good having Tyler Higbee in your lineup. And I actually have a league where I have Tyler Higbee, and I wouldn't cop Dawson Knox. I just have more confidence in Knox than Higbee. I know for some people that might be a toss-up, but Higbee actually finished tight end 14. Knox was tight end 8, man. So to me, that's a big difference, even though they were close in points. But to me, I still like that trade. I will say this: I am stashing Bryson Hopkins. You got to go back to the Super Bowl. He actually was targeted. He caught all 4 of his passes. Had, I believe, like either 45 yards or 60 yards. But either way, man, I am stashing him at the end of the day. So
respect.
Just want to call it out. All right, bro. Let's keep it pushing, man. Let's jump down to the Arizona Cardinals. They took out a clause out of Kyler Murray's contract, man. How do you feel about that clause? Should have been in there.
Corny.
Is that standard language with all that QBs?
It's foul, man.
Okay.
You know they're only doing that for a certain type of QB. So that's foul, bro. I don't like it.
I don't disagree, but there might be a stat out there that says when Call of Duty comes out, his numbers go down. I'm just throwing that out there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Bro, that's some bullshit.
That might be a real stat out here. I don't know how real it is.
The age of the internet.
I don't know how real it is, but
Who
I'm
threw
just
the
saying.
stat out? Did you see the stat?
Nah, I just
Somebody just cracked a funny.
In the age of the internet.
It could have been. I'm just throwing that out there. That might
Hey,
be
bro,
a thing.
did you see the stat or you just seen a funny?
I did not see the stat, but
you heard a funny or seen a funny?
I might have heard a funny.
Hey, get the fuck out of here, hey, bro.
Hey, that's funny.
Just throwing that out there.
Hey, Mike.
Like,
hey, put the mic down.
Hey, man, when 2K come out, niggas' numbers go down. I'm just saying.
Hey, man, about to come out next Monday, so I'm just saying.
Big numbers about to go there.
My what's the word? Really about to be trash. This already shaky.
Yeah. Hey, it come out when?
Monday.
This gonna be gone by next week.
Hey, but look, that clause just said we need you to complete 4 hours of film work. That sounds like bullshit itself.
You know how stupid that is, like 40 minutes a day. You think your guy need 40 more minutes a day of film work? That's you calling him goofy at this point.
Peyton Manning watches 4 hours of film in the bathroom in the morning before he heads to the stadium practice field. That's crazy.
That's just embarrassment, bro. Really, it's just more like a slap to his face.
All right, bro. Serious note though is at least where do you see Kyler? Is he a top 5 dynasty QB for you?
And I love Kyler. I love what he brings to fantasy, but still sometimes he looks shaky after playing. He looks like he's so accurate on the deep ball, but I feel like sometimes he's still inaccurate, like on the important little easy plays. I feel like I don't know if they're scheming him up to run a lot more, but when they do, that's when he gets banged up. He can't stay healthy. He's still a smaller guy. I mean, I like the system. They're going to let him throw the ball. It showed that he played real bad without Hopkins. So we'll see what that means, man. And maybe these young quarterbacks do need an alpha receiver. I mean, to be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, just see what. I mean, they're going to go do the Tyreek thing. Maybe that helps too. Maybe, hopefully, AJ Brown helps Jalen Hurts. But maybe these guys, Josh Allen, bro, he didn't become good until he had Stephon Diggs, bro. That's facts.
That's a good point.
That's facts. So maybe these guys need an alpha receiver to help them. So we'll see what happens going forward this year.
Yeah, the challenge is getting a alpha veteran receiver to go play with a young guy.
True that.
So do they, see the vision, trust the talent? But yeah, man, for me, Kyler, I do have him as a top 5 QB dynasty. I mean, think back to the hot start he had before the ankle injury. I mean, there were times where he's finished as QB1 on the week.
Yeah,
a lot of top 3 finishes. So to your point, once D-Hop, was hurt, once that wide receiver room didn't really have an identity as far as like who's going to be the guy, Kyler did, take a dip. So. All right, man, let's jump to the running back room. So, of course, you got James Conner, Darrell Williams, Benjamin, who they're saying they're running with the 2s. But I don't read too much into that because at the end of the day, running with the 2s, I don't mean you're number 2.
Yeah, I mean, it's just he's the guy that's there. He's already doing the offense while Darrell has to get caught up. He didn't get signed early in the offseason. It's kind of like middle of the pack of the offseason when he got signed. So, yeah, he's catching up on the play. So, I'm not really worried about the backup because honestly, in Dynasty, I'm not really worried about James Conner unless you have a win now team. I think he's a good addition. In redraft, I think I love James Conner again just because of the opportunity. But I don't really know what that means for him going forward. I know he just signed his contract this year, but he can be banged up. I think he's rolling to his year 27 season.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Like I like him because of the opportunity and the team he's on. But if that means if they draft a running back next year, it's a hell of a class next year, bro. There's at least 5 running backs that are going to get placed somewhere and somebody losing their spot, bro.
Yeah, 2 guys who are the same, in my opinion. Leonard Fournette
and
James Conner.
Yeah, redraft guys.
Which one do you prefer, man? If you had to pick one.
Give me Leonard Fournette just because I know they want to give him everything. I do think there's a world where one of those guys eat because they wanted Edmonds and Connor to play last year. I don't think this is going to be the Connor show. I think one of those other guys will have some kind of role, might be minor, but they will give Fournette everything in that offense. And yeah, just give me that for sure.
My guy's on point, man, because you're absolutely right. Ronald Jones was like non-existent last year. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm gonna lean Fournette as well. But yeah, going back to the running back room, I do have Darrell Williams stashed in a few places. So keep in mind, he actually did catch a lot of passes out of that Kansas City backfield, and he actually showed some rushing chops. So, you know, if he's on the field, man, you don't know what they're going to want to do.
Yeah.
And keep this in mind, Arizona was top 10 in rush attempts, so they do lean towards the run to take some pressure off Kyler. All right, man, let's get to the wide receiver room. So, of course, D-Hop, 6-game suspension. Getting up there in age, 30-year-old wide receiver, man.
Honestly, I just decided that I'm not done, but I'm moving off. I'm not going to go buy D-Hop because I was going to come on here and tell everybody, hey, it's just 6 games. If you're getting down, if you're getting a little older, go buy him. But to be honest, last year he was really only relevant because he was catching so many touchdown passes last year. And we'll talk about this in a minute, but they did bring in another weapon through trade, and they drafted another weapon, that tight end, which is fire. If D-Hop come back after these 6 games and is not dominating the targets like he was a couple of years ago when he first got there and he's just touchdown dependent, I don't know if I want that D-Hop going forward. And he's about to be 30. And like I said, you can talk about D-Hop because I want to talk about one of the other
That's
receivers.
cool. I actually did cop some D-Hop in the offseason for some win-now teams because, again, going back to his contract, he's set up to win. Like, he's structured to be force-fed. So I definitely think they're going to come back force an issue when it comes to him. And plus, DeAndre Hopkins still knows how to win in the red zone. Like, if they're in the red zone, 20 yards out, that's perfect. Like, he knows how to win. He knows how to uncover in the back of the end zone. So I feel like D-Hop, man, I know he's getting older, but his playing style, you know, I see him being effective as long as he can stay healthy for the next couple seasons. So kind of like a Keenan Allen, you know what I mean? Like, just the way they play, like, they're fine at 32, 33. Right. So, all right, man, talk about the next guy who came in and took over Christian Kirk.
Yeah, bro, and going to do it way better. I think a guy that is just a good receiver, man. I don't think he got a lot of credit because the offense they had him in, the system he was running, and I don't think they utilized him to the best of his abilities. And now he's going to the best, technically the most accurate deep passing quarterback right now in the league in Kyler. And I enjoy it. They played at college together, so they already got their rapport. They're both young. They're going to be playing Call of Duty together. And that's how you that's how you build rapport though with the quarterback is do things with them. They talked about Cooper Kupp instantly having breakfast and lunch every day with Stafford when he went there last year. What do you think Hollywood? Before we found out Hollywood was traded, he was already at their damn draft
he was already
party,
there. Yeah,
kicking it.
Right.
Yeah, man, he already got the rapport with the quarterback, and he gets to start the first 6 weeks without Hopkins there. So he's going to start off being the number 1. That's what I'm afraid of. If he goes there and he already clocks in and they have that connection again, who says Hopkins just come in and dominate all the targets? You can't dominate all the targets when you have so much talent around you now. Hopkins has always been like his own entity. Yeah, I like Christian Kirk, but are we calling that talented like that for real? I know he went and got the bag, but I think people been making fun of that. Like, he got paid. Why ain't we getting paid? Like, so give me Hollywood, who I do think is super talented, super fast. You can't guard him like that, man. I love Hollywood. He's still young. I'm going to go get me some Hollywood going forward because I really do like him like that, bro.
And we see, you know, Kyler's known to stretch the field. So of course, Christian Kirk last year commanded 17% of the target. So all that easily goes to Hollywood. And, Hollywood is definitely an upgrade. And I look at it as a chess piece for them. Given that NFC West, they play some tough defense. They need a guy to stretch the field to open up that middle more.
Facts.
I still see
Hopkins, who does that better than
Hollywood got it for sure. I still see Hopkins stepping in, commanding his 10 plus targets a game. He's gonna get his 10 targets a game. So I'm not concerned from that standpoint with them colliding.
What's crazy though?
Yeah,
he wasn't getting that when they finally brought Ertz in and start including Rondale. He wasn't getting those 10 plus targets like that last year once they brought all that in. That's what makes me nervous. He was dominating touchdowns though, and he should still be able to dominate touchdowns. But as we roll into these tight ends in a minute, I want to talk about that too. But both of those guys have touchdown potential too. The rookie they just drafted and Ertz.
All right, let's talk about two more guys in the wide receiver room. A lot of weapons. So, of course, AJ Green. I'm not really checking for AJ Green at this point. And then Rondale Moore. He's a nice piece for that offense. But from a fantasy standpoint, I don't know. I don't really like Rondale in fantasy. Just given.
I don't either. I think he's just going to be a piece that's important for real life football.
Yeah. So, I'm not checking for Rondale. 10% of the targets last year, but you bring in a Hollywood, it's going to command more targets. D-Hop only commanded 10%, but that's because he was out hurt, right? So he's going to see an uptick there. We're going to see him jump up to the 20% range. Let's jump to the tight end room. Zach Ertz, bro. 18% of the targets. I do like Zach Ertz, especially these first 6 weeks without D-Hop.
Yeah.
I like him going forward. Because if you got a Hollywood stretch in the field, and you got a D-Hop commanding attention on the outside, that leaves the middle completely open, man. So I like Zach Ertz.
Yeah, he's going to get so many targets, bro. He had over 100 targets in that time he was there, bro.
Yeah.
That's nuts for a tight end. That's good.
And then, of course, they drafted a rookie, Trey McBride.
And I love Trey McBride.
He's a stash.
I mean,
a good stash.
Ertz is going to play, but I do think there's a real world where they're playing two tight end sets until Hopkins get back and start to get. Trey McBride was the best tight end coming out. We've been talking about it for a couple years now. So I enjoy that they went out with all the things that they need on that team. They went and took another piece for Kyler.
Yeah.
So you can see that they still want to do good things for Kyler. They went and traded for Hollywood and went and picked up Trey McBride.
Yeah.
So and Darrell Williams is a good pass catcher off the back, so they went and added to that. So they're trying to help Kyler. We'll just see if it works out. I think they might, not be all the way there until Hopkins gets back. When he gets back, it should be green light.
Yeah, Trey McBride might be a sneaky buy in season when, he's not getting much attention and much love as expected, given Ertz and, Hopkins and, Hollywood. But the future, you got to look to the future and Dynasty. That future's core is going to be Hollywood.
Yeah, Ertz got to be like 32, 33 at this point.
So a young Hollywood, a young Kyler, a young McBride, like that's a solid core. And a young Rondale, who's still going to be there.
Facts.
Of course, I'm not checking for him in fantasy, but he's still going to be on the field.
And a young AJ. Is AJ Green still there? I'm just playing. I'm just playing, bro. I'm just playing.
All right, man. Let's keep pushing, man. Let's jump into the 49ers, man. So we got Trey Lance, Jimmy G. Is Jimmy G going to get traded, man, or what?
Yes, he will.
Okay.
Or he's going to get released. One or the other. He won't be on their team come week 1.
I'm here in Seattle, but we'll see.
Is that who I think that's who I'm hearing?
Unless he goes to the Giants.
Come on now.
I heard Daniel Jones was bad.
Yeah, so maybe the Giants. All right, man. We off that. But Trey Lance, man. So what are your expectations for Trey Lance?
I have no clue. I am not gonna lie. So much upside, so much uncertainty with just that player, bro. It makes me nervous. Like his value is nuts right now. Just because he's tied to Shanahan, they took, they look at the rushing upside, but what if it just doesn't click, bro? Like I think Shanahan will be okay to scheme him to make it easy for him, but sometimes it just don't click. I don't think he played enough where there's a world where it could just not click. But upside wise, man, he should be a stud in fantasy, man. He should always have a baseline of, 700, 800 rushing yards every year, and just being able to get the easy yards throwing because, the way they get it, he should get a lot of goal line runs and stuff too. I love Trey Lance, but he's still also a guy that makes me nervous because I have no clue what I'm getting.
Yeah, it's almost like a wait and see. I give him Jalen Hurts type upside, and I know Jalen Hurts is supposed to take a leap. So I'm just going to put, at least expectations on as far as what we saw from Jalen Hurts last season. That's like the best you can probably best case scenario for Trey Lance right now. He does have the better coaching scheme, better running back room, and a better tight end, but not too excited about the pass catchers. You know what I'm saying? From a wide receiver standpoint. So, like you said, Shanahan knows how to scheme it up. So,
I ain't gonna lie, I like Goddard just as good as Kittle. I just feel like they don't scheme for Goddard as much as they do for Kittle.
Yeah. All right, man. Let's jump down to the running back room. Elijah Mitchell, man. I know he's banged up as a rookie, but solid runner, man. He's a good running back, man. Like that's a guy. I have him rostered in a couple spots, but I don't have a lot of Elijah Mitchell, and that just comes down to missing on drafting him in the rookie drafts in like third or fourth round, or even on undrafted. So, are you trying to go get Elijah Mitchell, or is it
if I can buy him low, I will, and I do think you don't have to pay big prices for him. My thing is you have the opportunity to get the number one in the Shanahan offense, and I think that is very valuable. I don't think a lot of people look at it like that because he was banged up, so he's in and out. That they consider Debo being cutting into some of his snaps running, but if you're going, I think there's a chance he goes out there every week and get 15 to 18 touches, and that's solid in the Shanahan offense. And you take that, especially like if it's not going to cost you number one running back prices in the Shanahan offense. And he does everything they want. And I'll say this about the backfield, the rest of it, I don't think I'm in love with anybody behind him. But if you got dart throws, you can go send some third, fourth round picks for Jeff Wilson or even a Trey Sermon. I know we're kind of off Trey Sermon, but if I can go send a fourth round pick or something just for the chance of, I don't know who it's going to be. They have Price as fourth on the depth chart right now. I know we're all looking forward to that, but he's literally the only back that is not like profiled to do what Shanahan wants in his offense. So, but I would take a dart throw at all three of those backups just because you never know what's going to happen. So,
okay, yeah, I do like Mitchell. I do like Jeff Wilson. I actually have a lot of Jeff Wilson, and I have some Davis Price. I'm not checking for Sermon. So, yeah, that's where I'm at there. Let's jump up to the wide receiver room. Debo, he got extended, man, and last year commanded 24% of the targets. Do you expect that to stay the same? Do you expect him to be utilized like it was last year? Or is he going to be more out wide at wide receiver?
He's still going to be utilized the way he was because they put incentives in his contract that, with certain rushing accomplishments, he'll get more money. So he'll still be used in that manner. What scares me is the offensive stuff. You got to think, bro, we were in love with Ayuk going into last season. So we know what that doghouse feeling was like, bro. That was almost 9-10 weeks that he was in the doghouse. Debo did a lot of his rushing stuff on the back end of the season, but he had so many targets and catches and yards them weeks when Ayuk was in the doghouse and Kittle wasn't all the way healthy. He was in and out. The back end, bro, it turned a little bit more balanced all over. Like, at least from the passing production, Kittle, Ayuk, and Debo is pretty much balanced the back end the last 6-7 games of the season. So it just depends on what you think you're going to get. If you still think you're going to get a lot of efficient touchdowns in the run game from him, that's fine. But if you're concerned about the rushing stuff, then you might be concerned with Debo in general, because I do think that offense is more balanced when it comes to the passing side of things amongst those three. Because all three of those guys are very good to me. Kittle's good. Debo's a stud. Ayuk is super talented. So that's my opinion on it, man. Like, Debo scares me a little bit because you don't know what you're going to get. So I don't want to pay the price now that he done shot up.
Yeah, I agree. Debo. That's risky. And usually once these guys get paid, it's usually downhill.
Yeah, fuck it.
So, yeah, I actually missed out on Debo and Dynasty. Just the injuries, me, I have a shorter leash when it comes to injuries. And I'm trying to be better with that, too, by the way. And this is his
first healthy season.
Yeah.
He stayed banged up the first couple of seasons.
All right. And you touched on Ayuk, man. He's the most contradicting, inconsistent player. Like, you'll read he's in the doghouse, but then you also see camp highlights of him dominating.
Facts.
Like, you just can't read what's going on with Brandon Ayuk, man. So I have some Ayuk. I like him, as a flex, and you just live with it. But I will say this: he can find the end zone.
He can. He's nice, pinpointed. I'm afraid of Ayuk because he's so hot and cold with the coaching staff.
Right.
So it's the only reason why I don't want Ayuk. I love him.
All right, we're not checking for nobody else in the wide receiver room, and then Kittle, man. How do you feel about Kittle? Still a top
Love
5
George.
dynasty?
Yeah, love George Kittle. Just what he can do, making plays. He's probably the best all around tight end because he's a better blocker than Andrews and Kittle. I mean, and Kelsey. And he's so aggressive when it comes to his pass catching. Just you know what it is with Kittle. It's always, is he gonna stay healthy? I think that's the only reason why he always falls, is because it's the is he gonna stay healthy game.
All right, man. Let's slide on over to Seattle, man. So we got Drew Lock and also Geno Smith. I'm not checking for none of these guys.
Yeah, can we just skip the quarterback?
Skip
room?
the quarterback
Okay.
room. That's fine. Let's jump down to the running back room. You got Rashad Penny. You got Ken Walker.
Ken Walker. He wants to be Ken now.
Is it Kenneth Walker the third? Kenny Walker the third?
My Kent State.
I don't know, man.
It's just Ken. He wants to be called Ken. He don't want to be Kenneth no more.
So Ken Walker, man. And then of course, I'm not checking for DJ Dallas at this point. So
Nah.
all right, bro. Are you still in on Penny?
In redraft, yes.
Okay.
Here's the issue. I remember Penny being drafted in the first round. I'm like, oh yeah, it's turn up time. And then I remember Chris Carson just playing over him for the next like 2-3 years straight. Like, what the hell happened?
Yeah.
This is your first round running back. So everybody's so excited about Ken Walker. Bro, Penny looked like a beast at the end of last season, bro.
Yeah. I should have
led some people. He led some people to championships.
And I had to leave that tweet up.
Yeah, bro. But it'd be like that. Nobody expected that. So to just say, hey, it's Ken Walker. I understand in Dynasty if that's what you're rolling with. But remember the whole phrase I just said. Not Penny might look good this year, but then it's Ken Walker. No. Chris Carson played for 3 years after Penny was taken in the first round.
Right.
Just remember that. And Penny's not an old back.
Yeah.
So just remember that. I like Ken Walker. I can't go buy him right now because I know Pete Carroll's going to run the ball and he's going to play his guy. And if Penny is looking good, he's going to be his guy. So I can't go buy Ken Walker, bro.
And they took Penny in the first round, like you said, a couple years ago. So that's still his guy.
Yeah, so
you know what I mean? So
I might go buy Penny if somebody's giving him away just because I can go win this year with him. Or I'm going to go sell to a guy that, because I do think he has a short dynasty leash, but at the end of the day, I still don't know. This is just me assuming. So yeah.
Sorry, bro. I just got to add to my list Allen Robinson and also Rashad Penny. These are my win now trade for targets, man. So yeah, man. I get some advice real time, man. All right, man. I do like Ken Walker. So yeah, I know a lot of people knocked him for not catching many passes, but
he can catch the ball.
It don't matter. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I know he can. Because like look at what Le'Veon Bell did coming out of Michigan State.
They just didn't use them. They don't use their running backs in that manner.
Right. And of course, I think I am getting on the Penny train because again, he's one of those injured guys that I just stayed away from. I actually took him in the Scott Fishbowl.
There you go.
So yeah, I'm in on Penny, and that's why I had to write him down. Like he might be a good, buy low, just giving people.
If he stays healthy, bro. If he stays healthy, 100%, I think he plays the whole season as their starting running back. That's my opinion. If he stays healthy, the if is the issue though.
Yeah. All right, let's jump over to the wide receiver room. DK Metcalf, he commanded 27% of targets last year. It just doesn't sound sexy with Geno Smith or Drew Lock, who's eventually probably going to take over just because they got to see what they got, even though they don't have anything. So I think DK may be a good buy low opportunity in season, just given his age.
I mean, he's right now. I think he'll be a buy low from here into next offseason. When you buy him, just understand you're not playing him. So if you buy him, just know you're not playing him this year, man. And just be okay with that because he's still a stud and he's still young. Just got his bag. And in redraft, not touching him at all. In Dynasty, I will buy low. Here's my thing,
to my list. I might go cop him and Bros 2.0.
Okay, so you said you like DK. I said I like DK. We're not rocking with these quarterbacks. Tyler Lockett. For the past few years, they've pretty much been 50-50 when it comes to target share. DK probably gets more touchdowns because he's just a bigger receiver. But I want to say this: in Dynasty, we're all clearly going DK. I wouldn't go buy no Tyler. He's on the back end rolling in the 30 and he's
bad QBs.
Yeah. But in redraft, if you're going to pick a Seahawks receiver, I know this might not sound sexy. I'm looking up ADP. I know ADP right here in my head. I'm not touching DK Metcalf in no third round with those quarterbacks. But if you just look up splits, Tyler Lockett done failed to like the 9th, 10th round in redraft. And it's not sexy, but if you're telling me he's going to have the same opportunity as this guy that we're taking in the third round, in the 9th, 10th round, I'll shoot my shot there. I don't even want to touch DK. I'll just rather, hey, if I really cared enough, let me just shoot my shot on a receiver from the Seahawks later on. So, yeah, just giving y'all some redraft advice.
All right. And then, of course, they brought in Noah Fant.
That might be the biggest issue for DK right there.
Okay.
Is Noah Fant is an actual talented tight end. He's a very good pass catcher.
And he has rapport with Drew Lock.
Right there. If Drew Lock plays, he already has a rapport. And even if he doesn't, they haven't had a tight end that is, as receiving talented as Noah Fant.
The last one was Greg Olsen.
Yeah, or of course, I was about to say, even if you want to add Gerald Everett year, he's still not nowhere near what Noah Fant is. And Noah Fant's still young too, and still evolving and learning in that system. I do think Fant will be an issue with DK because he's going to be a guy that can catch touchdowns too. That's what he does.
Cool. All right, man. Let's just sum it up. Who wins the division between the Rams, Cardinals, 49ers, and the Seahawks?
San Francisco.
You got them winning the division?
Trey Lance he gonna show out, bro.
Who you got winning the division? Rams, Cardinals,
San Francisco
Seahawks?
Always one up McVay.
Rams.
I got the Rams too.
San Francisco always one up McVay.
That's cool. I'm rocking with the Rams this year. And then who comes in last place?
I don't even know why Avo looking. We already
Seahawks.
know. Gino.
All right, bros. Let's speed on over to the AFC West. Where you want to start?
I don't know, but let's pick it up
Before
a
we
little.
switch, can I just read y'all a little stat I did find?
Yeah. Kyler
Murray's average passer rating went from 97.43 to 89.65 whenever there were double XP events. I'm just saying that might be something to really watch out for.
I think the next COD comes out in October, right?
Do you know how
that out there. Now clearly it might line up with the team he's playing. It might
know how
just be
sporadic
that
the double XP events be, man? That's come on, man. That could be out of
on
nowhere.
double XP weekends, his record went to 4-7, bro.
Bro, you gotta get off Wikipedia.
I'm just throwing that out there, man.
Anybody can write shit on Wikipedia.
I'm just putting that out there.
I could go write
I'm just
that on
saying it might be
Wikipedia.
something to watch.
We not the bros.
Hey man, when the bros playing, when y'all playing, we'll see if Kyler's playing, and if he plays any worse. I'm just putting that out there, bro.
Vic, let's move on, bro.
Where you want to start in the West? AFC.
Let's just go. Let's go talk Devonta Adams, man.
All right, man. We with the Raiders, man. Derek Carr, bro.
Great buy in Dynasty. I think they just upgraded everything. Everybody's so concerned with him not throwing a lot of touchdowns, but hey, you ain't never had Devonta Adams on your team. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers probably helped him get a lot of them touchdowns, but trust me, Devonta earned them touchdowns him damn self too. So you telling me, he can't shoot from 27 to 37 touchdowns with a healthy Waller, Hunter Renfrow, and Devonta Adams? Those weapons are nuts, bro. Those weapons are nuts.
I got to see it to believe it, man. Meaning, of course, the talent's there with the pass and pass catchers, but I'm not actively going to go get Carr. Like, I don't know. I've seen what he can do. He's not an Aaron Rodgers though. Like a lot of that shit Adams did with Aaron was like improv, like quick release off the line. Like Derek Carr doesn't have a quick release like Aaron Rodgers off the line of scrimmage. But Devontae's still going to win off the line of scrimmage and get open down the field. But a lot of that improv stuff, we're not going to see that out of Derek Carr.
I think you might.
Yeah,
they got a better rapport.
You can practice that stuff.
But they got a way better. Like they were actual friends.
No. My thing is,
people hold on to the college.
That's fine. I don't
17-year-old Adams and Carr.
I don't think it's improv to say, hey, this nigga can't guard me. I'm about to take my first 2 steps, just throw it. I'm already gonna be open. That's an understanding. Like Rodgers already know it. And that's just one of them things where it's like, once you see him do it once, I think Carr's gonna feel more comfortable.
His confidence go up.
Bro, Hunter Renfrow almost was, he had 8-9 touchdowns last year?
Yeah.
That was like,
he was winning because he knows how to win and get open.
Yeah, so like you give him guys that like he can actually trust and can win and get open. I think, it can be a thing. It can really be a thing. It's hard to throw a bunch of touchdowns. His best guy for a couple years was Darren Waller, and it's hard to have him flirt with double-digit touchdowns. He's getting double teamed all the time. And that's his best target.
It kind of feels like how we just talked about Stafford. Like all the talent's there, but he's not wowing you with the QB numbers. You know what I mean? Of course, his pass catchers are going to win, do their thing. That's kind of how I see Derek Carr. Like, this is a guy that flirted with, top 12 finishes. Sometimes might fall outside of it. I don't see him having a top 7 finish. I'm just going to say that.
Yeah.
Like,
no. He'll never have that. But for a guy who can flirt with a, if he ends up, QB 11, I like that because you're not paying QB 11 prices.
Okay.
You're going to go get him for dirt cheap, and that's valuable in Superflex, bro. QB 11, that's valuable. Everybody can't be the high end running quarterbacks.
Hey, Derek Carr go out there and stink it up against the AFC West too. I know them 3-point games and 5-point games, but I'm sure that should change with Devontae Adams. But he's known to struggle against some of the division. So.
We'll struggle with Hunter Renfrow as our number 1 wide receiver too, man.
All right, let's keep pushing up for the sake of time. Let's jump to the running back room. So, of course, they got Josh Jacobs, all the trade rumors. They got Zamir White, who we got to see in the Hall of Fame game. And then also they set up Kenyon Drake. And then they brought in Abdullah. And they also got Brandon Bolden. But we're not going to touch on all these guys, but
let's just talk Josh Jacobs.
Still
this
in
is
on
important.
Josh?
Yeah, I still like Josh. 25, still got the chance to, he has a good season and roll over and go be a journeyman back somewhere. James Conner's doing it right now. Leonard Fournette's doing it. And he's talented to me.
Yeah.
My thing is, everybody was so concerned with him playing in the preseason, but Josh McDaniels, and they always play the running backs. If you go look at the Patriots, and he said it himself after the game, he was like, "Hey, long training camp, he ain't took no hits. How else can you start getting ready for the real game if you ain't took no hits?" So yeah, they put him out there. He had 5 carries. That's not that deep. That's enough to, I feel like everybody needs to do that though. If you ain't play no real football, it's like LeBron going to go play in the Drew League. He ain't did shit. Yeah, you need to go play in some real competition. You're running back, it stays kind of banged up. Yeah, you need to start getting reacclimated to being hit, seeing what your vision really looked like. That was important to me. And I'm glad that McDaniel spoke that too, because everybody was so concerned about him playing in the game. Now, my biggest issue with Josh Jacobs is the same thing. He doesn't catch any passes. He was never a pass catcher anyway, and he's still been a top 12 running back over the past couple years. So it doesn't matter. I like Josh Jacobs. If you look into the Patriots system, people in the last year of their contract, they always run them in the dirt. Look at all the big names. I feel like they are probably about to do that again with Damian. That's fine. They did it with Garrett Blount. Yeah, 18 touchdowns that year. They just completely got rid of him. The offense is fucking amazing. We just talked about the weapons. That's just going to open up the run game so much more. Josh Jacobs is going to score a lot of touchdowns this year. He doesn't need a bunch of pass catching. He's going to get a lot of yards, and if he gets more touchdowns, he's going to be even better. I love Josh Jacobs.
You actually made me pay attention to Josh Jacobs. I never really was a Josh Jacobs guy, but I started drafting him as I started, listening to you more. And I even like Josh Jacobs even more this year because you added these weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I know I just shit on Derek Carr, but I do expect these guys to get the ball in the red zone a lot. More scoring opportunities for Josh Jacobs on the ground. So all these pass catchers open up, opportunities for Josh. So we want to spend no more time there with Josh. Top 12 back, solid. He'll give you 23 points. He'll also give you 12. And then he might miss a game or two, but you just live with it. Any other running backs you're checking for in this room?
Zamir White in Dynasty, I guess. But anybody else, I don't want Kenyon Drake. I don't want Amir. I'm just Josh Jacobs right now, and maybe Zamir, because I think Zamir was a good back, standalone back when he was in Georgia in general.
And, bro, I know it was the preseason. I actually like what I saw out of Zamir. I know people shit on him. Oh, well, it's just the 3s or the 2s. But, no, you still want to see what your guy can do in game action because, if he didn't do good, the conversation would be totally different. Like, oh, well, he sucks out there against the 2s and 3s. So which one is it? You want to see the flash. You want to see the confidence. So I think the future's bright with Zamir White. So I got him stashed.
Right.
Let's jump to the wide receiver room. We already know Devontae Adams a stud.
Yeah, he's a stud.
So will he finish top 5 or just outside the top 5? First, we know he's going to be top 10.
I'd say this. I like to look at it more like I have guys that I think can finish as the number 1 guy. Mm-hmm. And then I think there's guys that, all right, yeah, he can be top 5. And then it's just top 12 after that. I do think there's a world where Adams can still get top 5.
Okay.
I don't think he can be number 1 overall. I think that's Jefferson, Cup, and
Diggs
and Chase.
Okay.
Them four are the only guys I think can be number ones.
I don't think
Can be
Chase.
the
I
number
don't think
one.
Chase gets the one just because there's so many weapons
Yeah,
to spread the ball around in
but
that Bengals offense. But he can definitely get the top 5, the
here's
top
the
3.
thing. He did what he did last
know.
year and didn't have a lot of targets, and he only had like 88 catches or something.
But his touchdowns and those big boom plays, explosive plays.
He's gonna get those handful of those because how talented he is. But he's so talented, he should be able to flirt with 100 catches. And if you give him 12 more catches, who knows what those yards or touchdowns do if he gets 12 more catches. But yeah, those are the 4 guys I think could be the number one.
All right, real quick, are you in on Hunter Renfrow or out?
I like Hunter Renfrow in any kind of PPR format. I do think his upside comes down. Those 9 touchdowns, that won't happen again. But he'll still be good. He's a hell of a route runner.
I still think he's gonna be a favorite target for Derek Carr in the red zone. Like, you can't sleep on Devontae, but I still think Hunter Renfrow does his thing.
Yeah, the issue is you the quarterback, right? Who's your number one that you're going to?
It's your number one weapon is Devontae Adams, but all that can change in the red zone. Like, you don't have to force it to him. Like, it's still crazy going back to the Green Bay days. Like, it's going to Devontae, and he just wins.
That makes it even better. So yeah, I know you said Renfrow is a good red zone threat, but I seen Devontae do work. He still does work in the red zone.
He does.
No matter what. And then honestly, the issue is now that they got a weapon like that, I do think this leaves more space for Waller to actually get more touchdowns.
Okay.
I don't think there'll be no more double. Yeah. I remember watching those games. They were double and triple teaming him in the red zone. That's not going to happen anymore, bro.
All right, and Waller, man, we don't spend too much time there. Top 5.
Top finish. 5 tight end in Dynasty and redraft.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to the LA Chargers. Justin Herbert, he's a stud. Like, he finished as number 2 QB. He's going to repeat.
Has there ever been a team going forward where we're just about to say, well, I'll probably let you talk because I just want to let you know I like every guy. I like the quarterback. I like the number 1 running back. I like the 2 receivers, and I like the tight end.
All right, so then we already know Herbert's a stud. Jump down to running back room, Austin Eckler. He's getting up there in the age. He's about 27 now.
Yep. But the way they use him, I think it's okay.
He should have a top 5 finish.
He doesn't need 25 rushes. If he's going to get 13 handoffs and 5-6 catches, he's perfect in that offense.
Yeah. I do like Spiller. You're hearing good things about Spiller out of camp. Mm-hmm. So he's the number 2 back.
Yeah, facts. He does everything that he can be a good spell back.
And he's a bigger back.
Third down back or rushing down back.
Yeah, so he can run and catch. So again, you don't know what they're going to do with him when he's on the field. We can keep pushing outside the running back room. Wide receivers, you got Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, 1A, 1B. 2 number 1s.
2 number 1s, bro.
And it's crazy. Mike Williams is their deep threat at that size.
It's crazy. Like Josh Palmer. I just like the offense.
Yeah, and they're going to run 3 wide receiver sets. So
yeah.
Josh Palmer is a guy who, if you can roster him.
And the only reason I say I like the tight end because I like him not more dynasty, but in redraft.
Gerald Everett.
Yeah, at some point, everybody's not going to be a target hog at tight end, but give me the guy that is in one of the best offenses that shit hit right and fuck around flirt with double-digit touchdowns because there's so much attention on all the other weapons that I like stuff like that. So give me Justin Herbert's tight end. It's not everything. Just give me Justin Herbert's tight end. That's really what it is.
Hey, check this out. I've actually copped some Keenan Allen. I just want to point out there he's a 130+ target guy. I know he's 30.
He's a 100 catch guy too.
Yeah. So give me that tied to a Justin Herbert who can flirt with 5,000 yards. Like, yeah, those yards got to go somewhere. So
facts.
All right, man. Let's move down to the Denver Broncos. New QB Russell Wilson.
Man, has there ever been another team where I liked every position? I just said this. I like the quarterback. I like the 2 running backs. I like the receiving core, and I like the tight end. Man, has there ever been a team where I said that?
I'm not as excited about this as you are. More so with the wide receiver room, but let's talk about Russell Wilson, man. So, landed with the Broncos. Do you consider his weapons an upgrade, a downgrade, or the same coming off Seattle?
Same. Equivalent.
Because
I think Sutton is his good big receiver. I know you got Tyler Lockett. Jerry Jeudy is a great route runner the same way Lockett is. But the thing is, I know Tim Patrick went down. Before this happened, he also had Tim Patrick and Hamler at the same time. And he has 2 stud tight ends too. Albert O is a very good tight end. But Greg Dolchis was like one of those athletic, gifted tight ends coming out the draft this year. So yeah, And I like his 2 running backs better too. So just in general, I think the weapons are an upgrade. When you think about it in all, like in uniform in general.
Yeah, of course, we're not going to go buy Melvin. You got him, you got him.
Yeah,
we're hearing 60-40 splits. It should be leaning Javonte at this point. Got to see it to believe it. At the end of the day, it's going to be a committee. They finished back-to-back, right? Like one was like RB13, one was RB14.
They basically was split like 50-50 the touches. Okay, so I'll tell you this. The reason why I like the receivers more than you is because I try not to put the bad production into my brain as much as you do. Like that's what they showing you, and I know that's kind of why you sour, especially on Sutton more than Judy. But my thing is, bro, Russell Wilson is a 4,000-yard passer, bro. Every year, he's gonna flirt with 30, 35 touchdowns every year, and they're gonna go somewhere. And he's always even during his bad year, he's always had a top 12 receiver. So one of them was going to be top 12. And there's been several years where he's had 2 top 15 receivers. So one might be 10, one might be 13. Like, that's what Russell Wilson brings to the table. That's why I'm more in on Russell Wilson. I think they're going to take that Peyton Manning to the Broncos kind of leap on offense. That's just my opinion.
Okay. I'm out on Sutton. I know he's going to upgrade at QB. His best finish to date is wide receiver 19. So, of course, with Russell Wilson, he can't finish as a wide receiver too. I don't see him cracking top 12. I don't see that. Just given you got 2 running backs, they're going to run the ball. They're going to spread the ball around. Judy's supposed to be good. We like the tight ends. Their running backs catch passes. Sutton's supposed to catch passes and some touchdowns. I just don't see him finishing top 12. So, given that, and he's aging, also had, he just had the torn ACL the previous season before.
He had a torn ACL, and then I usually say the year after that is the recovery year, so it's never that good. So this should be the year, his healthy year, in my opinion.
All right, well, I'm gonna watch from the sideline, and then Jerry Jeudy, man, like look, I'm spoiled when it comes to wide receivers. We see them hit the ground running. Granted, he hasn't had the best QB play, so I will acknowledge that, but super talented catch and pitch guy. He can certainly, float down the field, come from the Alabama, wide receiver tree. So he can do some good things. It's another thing where it's like, man, I don't want to wait for the 4th year, 5th year breakout. So this is what, year 3? Yeah. QB upgrade in Russell Wilson. This is the year to do it.
Big.
If he doesn't do it this year, are you still in? Or
no, I'm done. But upgrade is like, from what they're going from, is like, it's not a big enough word.
No, I agree.
You're going from a guy that doesn't deserve to be a quarterback in the NFL to a Hall of Famer. Like,
that's
that
true.
Jump is nuts, bro.
That's a good point.
Drew Lock can't beat out Geno Smith, if that means anything to you right now.
Yeah.
So you're going from that guy to Russell Wilson.
That's a good point.
How was that corny?
Oh no, I just thought it was a good joke.
Like
that, he can't even beat out. He can't even beat out who we need to beat out.
I was trying to be serious, man. We're not gonna make Geno sound that bad.
My bad. You said he don't deserve to be a quarterback.
No, I said Drew Lock don't.
My bad. I'm just saying.
Drew Lock don't deserve to be a quarterback in the NFL. But yeah, that's it. Shout out to the Broncos.
Of course, they got Alberto.
Greg Dulcich.
Yeah. All right, man. Move on down to the Kansas City Chiefs. Pat Mahomes.
The confusing Kansas City.
Is he still a top 5 dynasty QB? I kind of feel like he's starting to slide out that top 5, even though he's still,
Josh Allen,
Herbert, Burrow. Burrow got to be in the top 5.
Herbert.
Are you actually ranking them in order right now or something? I'm just saying 5 in general. Like, we can rank them later.
Lamar.
I'm
trying to come up with my 5.
Bro. Herbert, Allen. I got Kyler.
I know.
I got Burrow. I got to give it to Pat still. It's shaky, though. Lamar's just outside.
I think if I'm sitting there in a super flex league, I think I might want
Lamar
over Burrow.
Really? Bro, Lamar or Burrow has like Herbert upside. Like we seen Burrow hang 50 points just from throwing, and he'll run the ball.
Bro, that season still doesn't top Lamar Jackson's MVP season as far as fantasy points.
Yeah, but Lamar has kind of been on a decline since then, though.
Yeah,
This is supposed to be his bounce back season. We'll see.
Yeah, he literally lost every. I've never seen any team in the football have the bad luck they had last year going into the season, bro. Everybody tore their ACL. All their running backs, even the defense. Everybody. Peters went out. Literally, everybody went out.
Have a new training staff.
Everybody seemed healthy this year.
It's a good start.
But literally, I've never seen that kind of bad luck rolling into the last season, man. I think it was a frustrating season for him, and he was still balling for the most part. If we talking upside of seasons, Burrow had a hell of a season, which ended up being back end because he really wasn't that solid at the first half of the season. But his season doesn't top Lamar's season from a couple years ago still.
Got you. All right, man, back to the Chiefs in my home. So,
Okay,
he's a stud, top 5.
Facts.
So, all right, jump to the running back room. Clyde, bro. Right now, they're giving him a chance to be the starter. Does he hang on to the starting job?
Yeah, he does, but it might not be sexy, man. I feel like there's going to be games where, he doesn't need to be utilized because Pat just been throwing the ball all over the place, and it's going to be it's a passing thing, bro. I think they're going to want to show Pat can do it without Tyreek, that he can bring in any of these guys and still make them relevant. I think they're going to be throwing the ball all over the field.
And remember that big ass contract they gave Pat, so they paid him to throw. They ain't paying him to hand it off. So.
And with them throwing the ball, I think that's a Pacheco and a
Jerick
McKinnon thing.
All right, cool. I'm not checking for Rojo.
Hell no.
I'm hearing good things about Pacheco, so it's like he could be the Darrell Williams of the offense. And then we already know what Jerick does. All right, let's jump out to the wide receiver room. Tyreek Hill is no longer there, so 25% of the targets vacated. They brought in Juju. I'm hearing good things about Juju. Bless you. He's been, shining in camp. So will he be the number one?
Probably just off rapport and professionalism of, he's the vet of the receiving core. But I still, if I had to take one in Dynasty, I just want Sky for the upside. I don't know if Juju's there for the long run. He's only got this 1-year deal. I feel like there's a world where they still got picks after the Tyreek next year. They might try to go get another receiver on top of that just to keep getting younger. Don't want to keep on paying these guys if you don't have to. So I think there's a world where it's a Sky Moore and a rookie wide receiving core next year, and it's not Juju. MVS is going to be there because he signed a 3-year deal.
He can stretch the field.
And he signed a 3-year deal.
Yeah.
Juju only signed a 1-year. So there's the world where McCole and Juju are the two guys out going forward. So I don't know if I want to buy into Juju. I will sell him because he's getting a lot of, hype right now. But give me Sky Moore if I can buy him low. Still ain't did nothing. But besides that, in redraft, pick one of the guys and take your shot on them. I would usually just go shoot my shot on the cheapest guy, even if you don't really think it's sexy. Like if MVS is going in the 13th round, give me him because he is fast. He's, he has a role to be the fastest guy in that receiving core. So maybe that's a solid role. I don't know. Take a shot on one of them because it's still a Pat Mahomes-led offense.
I'm not interested in none of these receivers that's not named Travis Kelce, who's the tight end.
Let's move to Travis Kelce.
And I do want to say one thing. Your McCole Hardman Fantasy Truthers, this should be the official nail in the coffin. I mean, these guys brought in Sky Moore, they brought in Juju and MVS. So that just goes to show they continue to bury this guy on the depth chart. So yeah,
he shouldn't have been out there trying to race Tyreek out of years and just fucking practicing like a normal receiver would. All them videos of him fucking racing Tyreek, nigga, get on the line and run some routes.
Kelsey's still top 3 Dynasty tight end.
Facts.
He's gonna
dominate,
command a lot of targets. I'm not surprised he finished number 1. So he should actually finish number 1. All right, that's it.
All right, so who's gonna win this division?
The Raiders.
Man, this is tough.
I'm
AFC
going
West
Broncos.
I was between Broncos, Chargers, and Raiders. I'm narrowed down between the Raiders and Broncos. I'm gonna go Raiders, bro. Who comes in last? Now, this might shock you guys. I'm gonna put it out there now. I see the Chiefs finishing last, bro. And I know that shit sounds crazy, but their defense sucks.
It sucks ass. And all those other guys got real good defense.
And they just lost Tyrann Mathieu, so it's gonna suck even more.
Yeah, trash.
So,
asses.
Pat Mahomes, Chiefs, I got them finishing last in the division. That just goes to show how fire the division is.
All right, bet, man.
Is this the toughest division we talking about?
Yes.
Really, the West in general is tough.
This shit is
and
tough.
And it's gonna be real good in fantasy football because these guys are gonna have to. It's gonna be shootouts when they play each other.
Ooh, that Madden in AFC West gonna be tough too. Woo-hoo.
Okay. All right. Well, we got through the divisional breakdown, the AFC and NFC East. Let's get into this closing. If I can ever find it. There it go right there. I'm doing good with the banners today. All right, so this is where we come to bring like anything that we want to do. Say something good to the people, support a business, tell something important going on. Sad, happy. We just have this stage and platform to show that we're not just a fantasy football podcast, but a real life podcast. Shout out to DJ Avo. So yeah,
That remember that Lil Wayne. Oh,
yeah,
fucked up.
So I'm pretty sure we all got some stuff to say. So anybody want to start, or you want me to go? How y'all want to do this?
I feel like I started last time, but I can go now.
I mean, I can go if you want to. You want to go first or last?
I'll go first. I'll knock this out real quick. I just want to, as always, just encourage anybody. If you need somebody to talk to, don't hesitate to reach out. Just make sure, try to talk to a professional if you feel like you need to talk to a professional. If you are dealing with any addictions or anything like that, I encourage you to get some help. Don't be afraid to get help. Don't be ashamed to get help. I've been there. Go get your help. Get yourself better, man. We're dealing with a lot right now, so I just want to encourage that for sure. Just please get yourself some help.
And I'll echo that. Lock in with your people, man. Call the ones that you care about. Tell them you love them. You never know when you're going to be able to get to do that again. And if you close with some people, y'all going through some petty things, man, make sure you clear that air, man, if it's possible. And yeah, man, and take care of yourself mentally and physically, because life is hard. I understand it, man. And, it really ain't getting no easier right now with everything. So make sure you take care of yourself, man. And like you said, if you need to go get some therapy, go do that. If you need to holler at a friend to ease your mind, just all of that, just make sure you take care of yourself. And yeah, man, shit's so fucked up, man. So we losing people left and right. So yeah,
I'm gonna piggyback off that. I did therapy a few months ago, and what I learned was control what you can control, which is not a lot. Pretty much you can control your own actions, emotions, behavior. You can't control other people's actions, thoughts, behaviors, and reactions. So, and usually a lot of our stress comes from other people's, how we react to other people as far as like what they do, which we have no control over.
right.
So, yeah, man, just try to take it day by day and control what you can control. And, if you can't control something, or you want a situation to be different or change, just pray on it, meditate on it. So
Big facts.
That's that, man. And we're getting back to football. I'm excited about that. So
True that.
Getting closer, man, and look forward to dominate these leagues. And yeah, man, glad to be here with the bros.
All right, man. Love y'all. Avo, walk us out, bro.
All right, until next week, you can catch us right here. We the bros, Dynasty Bros, that is. Let's go.